Two mechanics tried scamming me for $3,000 until they realized I was the automotive inspector shutting down fraudulent repair shops. Tony and Eddie spotted me pulling into their garage in my 10-year-old Honda Civic, immediately sizing up what they assumed was another clueless woman ripe for their elaborate scamming operation. I'd been conducting undercover inspections, documenting fraudulent practices that cost consumers millions annually. What's the problem today? Tony asked with fake concern while Eddie blocked my view of the work area. Just an oil change, I replied, but Tony's predatory instincts kicked in immediately. Let me check under the hood first, he announced while popping it open. Oh, holy shit, Eddie, come see this disaster. Ma'am, your car is a death trap waiting to explode. His performance was Oscar-worthy as he pointed at perfectly normal components while shaking his head dramatically. I hate being the bearer of bad news, but you're driving a ticking time bomb that could kill your entire family. Tony's fictional diagnosis escalated into pure theater as he began identifying catastrophic problems with components that were functioning perfectly. Your transmission fluid is pure sludge, which means total failure within 50 miles, he declared while showing me clean fluid he'd secretly poured from a bottle of used oil. And this engine oil looks like tar. When's the last time you changed it? The Clinton administration? Eddie discovered additional disasters by holding up brake pads from a scrap pile. Tony, these brakes are metal on metal. This woman is basically driving a missile. Their coordination included dramatic gasps about whether my car would survive the drive home. Ma'am, I've been fixing cars for 25 years, and I've never seen anything this dangerous. Tony lied with practiced sincerity. You're literally gambling with innocent lives every time you start this engine. Eddie added stories about recent fatalities from similar mechanical failures, painting vivid pictures of burning wreckage and grieving families. The scam reached masterful creativity when Tony produced his laminated emergency repair price list, complete with 8 state certification seals to legitimize the extortion. The transmission rebuild runs $1,400, but we're required by law to add emergency labor surcharges for life-threatening situations, he explained while Eddie started disconnecting random wires to create actual problems. Engine overhaul is $900 plus $650 for the complete brake system replacement that can't wait another day. His calculations included mysterious fees for environmental disposal, computer diagnostics that were never performed, and something called a death trap surcharge for vehicles deemed unsafe. We're looking at $3,100 minimum to prevent certain death, Tony announced while Eddie began sabotaging my alternator. I know it sounds expensive, but how much is your life worth? Their psychological warfare included photos of accident victims and testimonials from widows whose husbands had ignored similar warnings. Last month, a soccer mom with your exact problems crashed into a school bus, Eddie added with rehearsed emotion. 17 children hospitalized because she was too cheap to fix her brakes. Everything changed when my phone rang displaying State Automotive Board, Inspector Rodriguez, in letters both mechanics couldn't miss. Inspector, we need your report on the Morrison Street garage shutdown, the voice said through speaker. The fraud charges are ready for filing. Tony's confident expression shattered as he processed what he was hearing, looking from my phone to Eddie with pure terror. You're also testifying tomorrow in the criminal case against those mechanics overcharging for fake repairs, my assistant continued. Eddie dropped his wrench, realizing the clueless woman they'd been scamming was the state inspector who shut down fraudulent shops. Should we proceed with the arrest warrants for Tony Martinez and Eddie Sullivan? The voice asked while both men's elaborate con collapsed instantly. Ma'am, this is all a misunderstanding, Tony sobbed while frantically reconnecting the wires Eddie had sabotaged. Your car is perfect. We were just being thorough. The aftermath was pathetic as both mechanics dissolved into tears, desperately trying to undo their sabotage. Please don't destroy us, Eddie begged while reassembling my alternator with shaking hands. We've got kids and mortgages. Their shop faced immediate closure while criminal fraud charges carried 5-year sentences. The $3,000 scam they'd attempted on a state inspector resulted in permanent license revocation and bankruptcy from legal fees. Tony and Eddie discovered that trying to defraud automotive inspectors was the fastest way to end careers that had taken decades to build.